to all of you that hold holidays sacred, because I didn't realize, and we went ahead and scheduled a Monday Momentum today, and not only the day after Valentine's Day, but President's Day as well. So if you're not here with us, we'll forgive you, but we're going to go ahead and broadcast anyway, and there's always the replay that you can watch. So Monday morning, back to work for some of us, but always the beginning of the week. And our goal today, just like all the other days, is to make sure that you know that you are not alone in your working at home craziness, that your dream, whatever it is, matters, and we are here to cheer you on just like we cheer each other on with our projects as entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and small business people. So today we have a really exciting guest, Emily Letran, and she's got lots of stuff she can talk to you about, and of course we only have our little teeny half hour, but the history, just the journey that she's been on and what she's learned starting as Vietnamese refugee coming all the way to where she is today, in and of itself is inspiring and interesting, and I hope she'll tell us a little about it. But in that journey, she's also learned tons about how to build a successful business and life, and that's what she's going to be sharing some of as well. So first off, I want to say good morning to James. Go ahead, unmute, say hi, and then we'll pass it off to Emily and say good morning to her as well.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry I missed last week. Crunch time is always munch time, I guess, when trying to get projects done, and of course that's why we're here, to get through this together and enjoy this process. So excited to be here and excited to hear from Emily today. So it's been a good week.
Great, James, thank you. So Emily, this is Emily Letran, everybody. Would you like to say good morning to all those people? Yeah, there you go, unmute. It's her first hangout, you guys. Be nice.
Yes, good morning. Thank you for inviting me here on the hangout, and I'm really excited to be here.
Great. Thank you, Emily. So Emily, I know that you have many things about how to build a successful business that you want to share with people, but would you tell us a teeny little bit about the beginning of your trip to our country and how you got to where you are? Because I know it's interesting to people. This overcoming of obstacles is a big part of every successful entrepreneur's journey, and you certainly have a fine example to share. So would you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. Well, I was born in the late 1960s in Vietnam, and in 1975 the communists took over the country. So in 1981 I left the country with my aunt, my brother, and some cousins, and we left and we came to the Malaysian refugee camp. We were there for several months. The main thing you can do there is learn English, and I also learned swimming because it was on a deserted island. So when I came to this country, really my baggage was just hope and faith. We didn't have anything, and we received governmental help. I delivered newspaper for several years, wake up at 5:30 a.m., rain or shine, to deliver newspapers so we can make some more money to help the family. I slept on the floor for several years because there were 10 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. And, I borrowed money to go through school. I finished undergrad. I went to dental school. And along the way, there were a lot of help, whether from people who know me, like my ESL teachers, the friends who have come here before me, or just people that I don't even know. Like the system that we have here in America that help people like us who come and we don't have a lot and we need a lot of help. So that's my journey. Once I become a successful dentist, one of the things I want to do is to give back and to share all that knowledge. So that's why I wrote my book, From Refugee to Renaissance Woman. And it is my story, how I started leaving Vietnam, coming here, the difficulties that I go through, all the help I receive, and hopefully to inspire people to appreciate what they have and to try to get to their American dream.
Great, thank you so much. And even though I started off this broadcast saying, sorry, it's a holiday, didn't realize, it actually seems very appropriate to me now that we have our national holiday, President's Day, and here we have one of the, an example story of what so many people that have come to this country have experienced, and what our country was built on as a place where you can go and start over and have these kinds of dreams and build a successful life. So it actually feels very appropriate to me now that we are broadcasting today and that you are the guest. So much you have done, and I know you want to share. We talked earlier, you have sort of 5 principles that you found helped you build success. And if you would maybe pick one of your favorites, because we may not be able to get through all 5, and then James, I'm inviting you to dive in when you have a question of your own or an insight on whichever one it is that Emily picks. Does that sound like a good plan to start with?
Absolutely.
Fabulous. So Emily, pick one of them. And maybe you want to list all 5 first, but then pick one.
Yes, so the 5 strategies that I use to get to my business success, I call that action. That's appreciation, communication, trust, investment, open-mindedness, and never give up. So I think my favorite one is investment. I'm not talking about investing in the stock markets, that kind of investment. I'm talking about investment, first of all, in your team, training your team so you can delegate and leverage off of their effort to do more things than you can. Investing in your client, it would be, buying gifts for your clients, inviting them to special events to show your appreciation, recognizing them if they're long-term clients. That's how you show your appreciation for them, and then in turn they will show you their appreciation, which is a lot of time mean referrals. It would be investing in your team, and I'm talking about the team of experts. That could be your CPA, it could be your attorney, it could be a business mentor, somebody who have already gone to where you want to go, somebody who has already done what you want to do, and that person can help you shortcut your path to success. And invest in your business. I'm a dentist, and that means investing in technology. So that way the office is a state-of-the-art office. We use things that are fast and efficient, like digital x-ray, so we can save the patient time and also cut down on the radiation. Sometimes those kind of investment, you may not be ready for it. You may not have the money ready for it. And I would encourage the business owner to maybe take out a business loan, because those kind of investment will always give you an ROI. So you can come back and actually make more money and have the money to pay back for the loan, which is what I've done for my past 22 plus years, is leveraging other people's money to achieve what I want. And last but not least would be investing in yourself. Going to business conferences like CEO Space to learn more, hanging out with the right people who will encourage us and challenge us really to go to the next level, and getting business mentor or coaches to teach us new things and to help us shortcut our pathway to success. So those are the investments that I usually advise the business owners, not taking your money and go buy a new car, or go put your money in some stocks where you don't actually get the ROI. You get the good feeling, but it may not translate to more money for success.
Mm-hmm. So just one of the 5, but all that stuff packed into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, investing. So just taking the time to take what you have and grow it. And sometimes, for many of us, that means somehow we're talking about money in the stock market, like you said, Emily, but there's other ways too, and other kinds of investments. Fabulous. And as you know, CEO Space is something that we all have in common, and that's one thing I think we would agree on as the 3 of us here right now, investing in your education and investing in building relationships with other people that can support you, maybe that have been there before, that have done similar things and have some experience to help you so you don't waste a lot of time, reinvent the wheel, and to give you the support you need, because it can get lonesome. Sometimes we feel like we're crazy doing this stuff that we do. James, I know you're dying to say something.
I really enjoyed what you just shared there with us, Emily, because one of the things in marketing and marketing systems and establishing these kind of foundations that I've always tried to get business owners to recognize is the importance of investing in your existing clientele. I think that is something we're always, especially in some industries where sometimes that client might only be a one-time client, or that client might not return every day or need what you have every week. But so it's harder sometimes for some to do this, but I always tell people to take 30% of what you traditionally spend in your marketing and spend that money on your existing clientele. And you said it very well, that when you invest in your existing clients, they're going to go to work for you, and I think that's something that it's hard for some business owners to put faith in that if I spend this money on my existing clientele, will it turn into anything for me? And a story that was shared with me not too long ago was a good friend of mine owned a printing company, and there are thousands of printing companies out there. In fact, now that we're in this online world, it's real easy to go get quotes and find somebody who might be in Texas or overseas to beat prices. But they decided one year to take a very large chunk of their existing clientele to the Bahamas for a snorkeling and scuba diving weekend retreat. And what that ultimately turned into was a handful of their highest level clients that stopped going out for quotes for other people. They trusted that they were going to get the best price, that this company had their best interests in mind, and that's where they started sending all of their work and referring all their work. So, and the other thing is I always tell people that you should always have at least 3 to 4 times a year a big party, and you should invite your existing clientele in, and that is really investing in yourself and your staff and your existing clients. So that's really I think I'm glad you picked that one. I'd love to really dive into some of the other ones for sure.
Yeah, let's have a party. Come on. Emily, you have a story similar? I bet you do, if you'd like to.
Yes, I do that for my staff. We set annual goal, and when they do reach that goal, we've gone to places. We've gone to Vegas, we've gone to Cancun, we've gone to Hawaii. Those big goal that I set. Like the first time we did 1 million, that's when we went to Hawaii. For our clients, I started doing this about 5 years ago. We do special events. So we do movie night where I invite people we rent out the whole movie theater. Patients show up, they get popcorn and drink. They sit there, we have a little chat with them, we brag about what we do for them. We ask them to bring their friends so their friends get exposed to us. And then we watch a movie. So we've watched Iron Man, we've watched $1 Million Arm. This year it's going to be, I think, Missing Dory or Finding Dory. It's going to be June 18th. I already have it all set up. That's one of my favorite. Then we also have Patient Appreciation Event. That's the one, James, that I invite the clients who had invested more money than the average client in the past 12 months. And we've done bowling parties. We've gone to Dave and Buster's. We do like a little banquet. And we recognize those clients also by their referrals and their years that they're doing business with us. And then, throughout the year, we have we celebrate the little holidays like Valentine's Day. We call this the month where we recognize that you are the heart of our practice. So, on Valentine's Day or, Friday, we have cookies and cupcakes, and we invite patients to come over, and they just come over and say hi and get the cupcake and go home, or we have a little prize wheel, they can pick up a prize. It's the little things, it's the relationship that we build with our clients that make them trust us and remember us. I tell my patients and my clients all the time, I'm not the cheapest person, I'm not the most expensive one, but I'm going to be the memorable one, I'm going to be the one creating the experience for the patient. Sometimes you're creating the experience for their family. Like if I treat somebody and then they got a new smile, sometimes it's the people around them that appreciate that the most. So you never know how much you're going to touch a client in everything that you do, whether it's a small gift or a big gesture like making a donation in their name to a cause that they love. All of those things make people remember us.
I just want to give you a moment to think about, because I know that the people that are watching might be thinking, well, okay, I'm not a dentist. I'm not a dentist. She's a dentist. What's the deal here? Which is great. I mean, these are obviously marketing ideas that can translate to other businesses, and James has just given a great example of that as well. But because of your success in your dental practice, and I know there's, I believe, 3. Anyway, I mean, you've opened multiple practices and done quite well.
Yeah.
You have moved into other areas, and you're helping other businesses with some of these principles, and I just want to make sure everybody out there in the audience knows that. You don't have to be a dentist to benefit from hearing what Emily has to say. And I'd love to ask you a little bit, if you're willing, how did you move into that? How did that happen for you, versus this just being a talk about dentistry? It's not. It's a talk about how to grow a great business.
You mean how I coaching?
How you began to share the stuff that worked for you, and how it is that now it's obviously universal business and success principles that you're talking about. So, well, how did that transform for you? I imagine it's not how you began. When you went to dental school, you didn't probably have the goal of, I'm going to become a dentist and then I'm going to become a business coach after I build a successful dental practice. I mean, maybe it was. And if that's the case, fine. Just tell us a little bit more about it, and maybe it has something to do with some of the other 5 actions steps that you've been talking about.
Right. Well, going back, it has to do with my story, how I came here and how I received a lot of help. And the first thing that I do in business coaching is to share, my business knowledge, which of course I learned from my coaches and my mentors, and from people like you or James, when we hang out CEO Space, all the people that give me that knowledge, and then I make it into my own to apply it in my own business. So first of all, I wanted to help other people. Secondly, I want to make an impact. I want to get rid of the entitlement mentality where people don't want to work for things, people just want things to come to them. And I want to change that mindset, to never give up, to trust other people, to be open-minded. So that way you can always improve yourself, because if you're just staying in your own little bubble and you think you already know everything and you're the perfect person, you will never improve. And nowadays, I know, like you say, people work from home, but there's so many ways to keep in touch with other people. Like I'm on different Facebook groups. That's where we share our ideas. So it doesn't mean you have to leave your home. You can still communicate with other people. You can still learn new ideas. It's just on different platforms, like this Hangout, right? People can just sit at home and still listen in or tune in and have a discussion and still learn new things. So the business coaching, part of what I want to do is I want to change that mindset that this is so, I can only do so much, and I want to be, I guess, a local force. I'll start where I'm at. It could be the the dentists around me, it could be my dentist friends, it could be my optometrist friends, and then you go on to changing the mindset of, the general public. One of the things I coach people on is high performance, which have different pillars to it. It's clarity, it's energy, productivity, courage, and influence. It is the mindset that if you train yourself to have those habits, you will always be able to perform at a higher level, at a higher sustainable level. And if you have that, then it doesn't matter which industry you're in, whether you're working from home, whether you're a soccer mom, or you're a dentist or other professional, you're always performing at the highest level. And so I really want to make that social impact to change people's lives. But of course, I'm using the business route, and the first group that I wanted to reach out to are business owners. Did that answer your question?
It did. Thank you.
That was a nice.
Okay, I don't know about that. Is it done? Yeah, sounds like it. This is one of the things with Hangouts, the adventures that we get into, and yay for Emily for being brave to dive in with us. So, we're almost out of time, as we almost, this always goes very fast, and I know there's more that you wanted to share than you even began to scratch the surface of, but I would like to just take a little minute to recap a couple things. Number one, the nugget that James shared, is very specific action step that any of you could apply right now. Take 30% of your marketing budget and turn it around and spend it on your existing clients. And if that's somebody that only has 2 clients because they're just getting started, I think it's equally applicable, and it's something to really think about. You might have a tiny marketing budget, maybe you have no marketing budget, but you have something that you can turn around and put back into the clients that you already have. And so take that one home with you. And then, Emily, this idea of being a local force to encourage people to continue to grow is sort of what I heard, and to trust in building relationships and how that can help you grow. That's really what all of this is about. The reason people keep buying is because they have a relationship. It's not always about I can make, save or get the best price here, but I just like this person and I want to have a relationship. We're human beings and we want to relate to one another. So those are some key things around how to market and grow your business that I just want to make sure the audience gets. And then say, hey, Emily, anything else you want to make sure you throw out there? Because we only have a few minutes left.
Yes. Well, I think on what James said, I think when we say investment, sometimes people always think about money. It could be investment in time. It could be you getting on the phone and calling the person and personally thanking them. Or now you can have those automatic customer relationship management tool where the person have a chat with you or have a consult with you, and then you automatically send them an email to say thank you, or you have the transaction and you automatically send them an email that asks them how it was, to do a survey. So all of that are also investment. It could be investment in your time. It doesn't have to be, I'm going to go and buy somebody a gift for a certain amount of dollar. So that's how I feel about that part. So just because I'm talking about renting out a movie theater, you can do something else in your comfort zone at your level for your own clients. Well, I like to offer any of your friends, your listener, a gift, and that is an ebook. And they can go to www.exceptionalleverage.com/ebook. And the ebook is a summary of some of the business strategies that we talk about, and it also share a little bit of my story. And I hope that would give someone a little bit more insight about what I do, what I'm about. And if they want to reach out, connect with me, and have a conversation, I would love to do that. I would love to help anybody who want to get the help and who want to get started. I got a lot of help for myself along the way, and one of the things I operate on is to give back.
That's really refreshing. I've been to your site here. It's it's very nice, very well done. And I'm going to punch in for my ebook here in just a few minutes. But one of the things that you said there as you were wrapping up really kind of struck me as well, and that Sarah said as well. If you only have 2 clients, and I'm going to say 3 so we can do this in easy breakable numbers. If you only have 3 clients, take one to lunch. I mean, there are so many opportunities for you to connect on a level with your clients that I think sometimes we take for granted. And it's in those efforts and in those moments that we truly make a difference in other people's lives outside of what we might do for them professionally. And it's when we make that connection that becomes a lifelong relationship. And I really like that you emphasized, becoming a formidable force in your area, because I think too many times we want to reach out and make this tremendous difference out in the world, and if we're not making a huge impact right in our own little environment or a bubble, that's going to be a hard goal to reach. So making sure that your goals are reasonable, attainable, and that your expectations are where they need to be is key, I think, to finding that success. So it was really, really nice to have you on here with us this morning.
Thank you, Jim.
And we're almost out of time. So I was off there putting the link up on the Google Hangout page or whatever it's called. Sorry, I don't know. Google Plus Monday Momentum page. So if you're looking for that link again for Emily's ebook, it'll be there right now, and it'll also be on the YouTube channel later and on the website later, so you'll be able to get it. And yeah, thank you for sharing all that, Emily. What fun stuff, and so much. Again, we hardly get going and it's over with, but the willingness to be locally impactful has also resonated with me, and it makes me think more about, okay, I have things that I'm trying to do that I want to reach bigger audiences, but how about right here at home? What's happening here? So I'll be thinking about that a little bit more.
Okay.
I'm going to invite you, James, to say goodbye, thank you, and maybe share a win or something wonderful that's happened in the last week or so, if you're ready to, and then pass it off to Emily, and I'll close her out.
All right, so was it so long, farewell, Aviters and goodbye? No, it's awesome to be here. Awesome to be back on this week to get things started here with our Monday Momentum, and it really is about momentum. Whether you have 1 client, 3 clients, 30 clients, 3,000 clients, that all starts with momentum, and it all starts right here on Monday Momentum. So it's great to be here. I'm in Southern Utah, but that's okay. I do marketing systems, marketing strategies, and I think my little thing is down here with Southern Utah Influencers / James McFadden is how you can start to connect with me if you'd like. And my win is being here this morning, so that's we'll take it from there.
Thank you, James. Emily, say goodbye and make sure they know how to contact you, and any other little tidbit you might want to share.
Well, thank you, Sarah. Thank you for inviting me. It's a great thing to meet you at CEO Space, and then we can work together in projects like this. So I'm Emily Letran with ExceptionalLeverage.com, business mentor and coaching, and I help people win back their time from work so they can spend it with their family, their children, and to pursue their passion. So in my case, it would be some writing, and you're a great help to that as far as the writing goes. I think what I want to leave with is to let people know that it's all about the relationship. Like James just said, it doesn't matter how many clients you have. It doesn't matter how big your list is. It's the relationship you have with that list. And nobody started out with a 3,000 people list. They probably started out with a few people. They may have a JV partner, which they have to have the relationship with that JV partner, and then they would grow their list with that JV partner. So start small, but be authentic yourself. Be true to your values, and great things will happen. And thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Emily. And you know, great things are happening. I would just want to tell everybody that Emily is one of my clients. So if I lived closer to her, I'd be taking her out to lunch. So it's Monday Momentum, and that means now you've got your momentum. Get out there, get to work. If you're waiting until tomorrow because today's a holiday, we'll let you get away with that, but not a whole lot more, because your dream is so important and you need to work on it and grow it. And you can do that in part by building relationships and having help with us here on Monday to support you. But of course, a lot of it is up to you. So get out there and get it done, and make sure that when you slide into home base on Friday, you're feeling really good about your week. Connect with us at mymondaymomentum.com. Let us know what you like, what you'd like to see more of. If you want to be on the show, we'd love to have you. And we will see you next Monday. And you know who's going to be here? Penny Zinker. She's going to help us get organized. That'll be fun. We'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.
Yeah.